and from in their area. And while they said that people can't be denied on the basis of a pre-existing condition, what the insurance companies did is they look at the regions, and if they're not making money in a certain region, they could just pull out, and so that's how they get around having to actually pay for care. So since then, health insurance premiums continue to rise, the out-of-pocket costs continue to rise, and
So
what's really interesting, again, kind of a new level of atrocity is that if a doctor is provided, because now like these mergers that have happened where the
so
hospital
basically, I have now Luke
insurance,
Skywalker, and
they
yeah,
don't
everybody
allow
knows
so
that.
in the practices, if a doctor actually is trying to provide too much care to their patients, they can just pull their health insurance, kick them out, and then they lose all of those patients. They're also, if a certain department,
Let's take it back to
psychiatry, if it's not making
the
money
Bill
in the hospital,
Gates
they
era,
just
then,
shut
shall
the
we?
entire department down.
Just so we can
In
get started.
Maryland,
How's
through a
that?
nonprofit, MedStar, they gave 2 days notice at one hospital that serves a majority Medicaid population. They were shutting down the entire pediatric department, including the pediatric emergency room, the Center for Children Who've Been Abused. Shut it down.
We're talking about drug prices.
Oh, and drug prices,
And
yeah.
also the way they closed, especially the rural populations,
Yeah.
aren't even being.
Right, well, when it comes to drug prices, what people need to know in the United States is that there is no rational basis for the pricing of any of our healthcare services. It's basically what they can get away with. And so that's what we see in the pharmaceutical corporations, not only charging as much as they can for medications that people's lives depend on. So what choice do you have? You have to pay that.
It wouldn't matter to them
For certain
what the
medications
price.
that, are not expensive to make, but they can't make as much of a profit off of it. They just, stop making them. So it's not about health or what we need. It's about what that market can get away with. And people should know that when they bring these new drugs on the market, most of them are just keeping the chemistry, from the previous one, but they patent it, they give it a new name. They don't have to prove that it's better than what they had before. So, they just pay their whole army of drug pushers to go out to the practices and strong army doctors to sell their products. So that's
Basically, they're weak and abs and ants.
Yeah, we talked about our hospital supply, particularly in the rural areas, but also in low-income urban areas. These corporations come in, they buy up the hospitals,
You
run them
fat
into the ground,
and
and then they just sell them off to be developed in the cities. They become luxury condominiums in the rural areas. They just shut them down. And this really destroys some of these small communities because.
But I can't get my word out, can I?
Provider of jobs, but also might be the provider of services like an ATM machine or the other things that they couldn't get in their town. And
so I'll recap it for you.
1.5 million hospital beds and a population of
I'll recap
16 million people. Now with a population of over 330 million people, we have around 925,000 beds. So we've lost.
Right. So what the lady was saying, and of course you don't want to know the NHS, blah, 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 is first of all, let's recap on everything you can see on the screen at the moment. COVID-19 is a hoax. The American regime, Trump, Biden, Putin, they're all American because they're obviously not European, are they? I wouldn't think so, to be honest. So you're selling big pharma to Africa and then Nigeria and the rest. The Christian community, there's a lot of people that actually do need it as Christians going off the face of the planet when they're reaching Jehovah God. And this lady here, I think is quite nice. But what you're doing, including, as Paul and Martin said a minute ago, I'll take that one, talking shit. All right, which you are doing, talking shit, basically on everybody. So let's recap. We've got the little hideout one, and Bidden, and they're saying exactly the same thing. Key word is big pharma, right? The key word is big pharma. That will not give out drugs which are good for the elderly, because of the war effort in Ukraine and Russia and China and the Russian Federation and all the rest of it. It's the big men that are trying to push out drugs on people which we know already do not work. That's Supreme Shah from the IBP. And before we go, right, if you want to support Jehovah's Witnesses, you go to Kingdom Hall, well, anywhere, at jw.org. You'll find out what the Bible says and what the Bible is going to do and what the Bible does. So that's jw.org. I'll do it again if I want. Okay, and that's it. But it's not my job. My job is to preach the message. Peace.